If you're watching this video on the day it comes out, it is already September 1st. Exams are nearing if they are not already started. Students are feeling the heat and the pressure of studies. There are so many students who are figuring out how to cope with the entire year if this is how August and September went for them. The feeling is real and I sympathize with it, but I cannot let you all live this routine forever. If you're serious about improving your academic life, this video is for you today. Today I will be going over some simple tips and tricks to improve your learning, to improve your revision, and to finally improve the confidence that you need to actually solve papers. Let's get going. Let me break this video down into 3 parts: learning, revision, and scoring. How do you learn? Whenever you're in class learning a new concept, make notes in such a way that align with your learning style. If you're a visual learner, use a lot of diagrams and flowcharts. If you're an auditory learner, note down the important points or listen to the lecture in full depth. Once you get back home, go through your notes and try to actively recall what was taught in class. Go through your notes once, close your book, recall, and again go through your notes, close the book, recall, so on and so forth. That constitutes your learning phase. How do you move on to revision? At least after 2 to 3 days of you learning the concept, your first round of revision starts. How do you do that? You do that by either teaching a class or by solving a mock test paper. My preference is by teaching a class. This works with students with a visual, auditory, or kinesthetic learning style. How do you do that? Take a whiteboard or a blackboard or any surface where you need to write. Go through your notes once, close it, keep it away, and teach the class using that writing material. One thing to note: how do you teach that class? There is this method called as the grandma method. What does it exactly state? It states that you are going to take the most complex concept and teach it in such a way that even your grandma will be able to understand. Bring up big complex topics and simplify them further. That improves your understanding of those concepts and deepens the learning that you have already done. Throughout this exercise, you'll be able to figure out how much you know, how much you don't know, and how much you need to put in efforts to learn. Solving mock test papers works the best with people with the traditional learning styles when it comes to learning by writing, learning by reading, or any other traditional method. What do we exactly do? The setup is the same. You go through your notes, keep them away, solve questions. Solve all possible questions, and then after you're done solving, analyze the kind of questions you were able to solve, what concept you could remember, and what you need to work on. With these methods, you'll be able to figure out how to plan your second round of revision, which will happen maybe in 3 to 4 days after this session, and the second round of revision will happen continuously till the time your exams actually show up. How to revise when your exams are near? Start reverse planning. How do you do that? I have covered this exact thing in the video right up here in the cards and in the description down below. Check that out, and once you're done understanding how to reverse plan, then come back to this video. Once you've reverse planned everything, this is where your final round of revision comes into picture. You will be revising the topics in such a way that it aligns with your exam pattern. How do we do this? You are going to take the paper pattern of your exam, analyze those papers, and solve questions by timing yourself. Putting yourself in this stressful situation before the actual exam helps you prepare for the exam itself. And finally, how do you actually score? Now, this section is going to be a very general section where I'll be covering how to cover any exam. But if you want me to cover strategies, tips, and tricks for any specific exam like JEE or NEET, put them down in the comments below and I'll surely make a video on it. Firstly, identify the paper pattern. How long is the exam for? How many marks per question? What is the cutoff? Answer these kind of questions to analyze how your paper is going to be. That way you can strategize your plan for study and your plan for solving. To improve those strategies, analyze the papers. How difficult are the questions? What are the topics that usually get covered? In what depth are these topics covered? Analyze these previous year's papers and other mock tests to gauge the kind of preparation you need to do to be able to solve the papers, and on D-Day, when you're solving the paper, solving what section first. And finally, practice as much as you can. Solve as many papers. The more you solve, the better. That helps you build up your confidence. That is all for today. If you like this video and found anything helpful in it, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and follow for more tips. Also, if you wish to work with me one-on-one on your study journey, there's a link to a Google form right in the description below where you can book a 30-minute session with me for free, where we go over your learning style and how you're supposed to go ahead with your learning goals. So that's all for today. Thank you and happy learning.